Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today I have for you something to show you a little bit. This gold set, right? This is a mail order gold set. You can always tell they got these huge boxes with fancy drawers, and this is supposed to be a typeset. And I want to show you a couple things about this. First of all, generally speaking, this is going to be a little bit of a lesson on why you don't buy things from mail order companies. And there's a couple reasons. Price point is often one of them. Secondarily, it's oftentimes going to be an issue with overall quality, because as an example, both of these guys, you can probably tell right away, they look kind of glossy. They've both been polished. I mean, they're just kind of a bright sheen of a color on both of those coins. So that's no good. And then secondarily, when you look at some of the smaller coins here, you'll start to see some coins that are oftentimes damaged or problematic. This guy here also probably has been cleaned, didn't have the dings on it. I think maybe this guy had the dings on it. And so oftentimes, there's a pretty big ding in the field, but oftentimes it's those little dings that hurt with some edge marks, which oftentimes are hidden behind. You can see that's been cleaned also, hidden behind these foam rings. So the companies that produce these, they are oftentimes, how many times is this guy going to say often? When you look at the coins, you can see that they are deficient in quality. We'll put it that way. How's that? But the real big surprise to me in this set was this $3 gold piece. And I call it a real big surprise for a couple reasons. It is, obviously clean. And typically you'll see that with some of the coins that are from these mail order companies. But the weird thing is, I'm going to look closer at this field and point a few things out to you that really bothered me right away on this coin. And that is, it has a lot of areas that are these little depressions and then little raised marks, right? So as an example, I'm going to show you there's a depression. It's not a great depression. It's just a small depression, but it's going to be right here, right there at the tip. So keep your eye kind of trained on there. You start seeing these little depressions in the fields and also little raised areas to boot. And there's one also. We're going to look right here. Your eye's going to come, stay with me. We're going to be right here in this area. Whoop. Once we get closer, keep your eye trained right there, because we're going to move in. And what you'll see is a little raised area. You got to get the light just right to see that it's actually raised. And all of those things are problematic. So one of the things about this coin is that it is an older piece. It is not like the modern counterfeits that come out of China. This is kind of an older piece. And so we even grabbed the, this book's a good book, United States Gold Counterfeit Detection Guide, because it has a lot of stuff that's in there that you'll see, but also it doesn't have every counterfeit ever made. But as you go through it, it shows you differences between tool marks and things of that nature. And so this is actually this coin. If you look at it, they'll show you this, this problem with the 2 up there in the date. And I'll see if I can get a clear image of this. I'm going to probably have to zoom in with my 20 and take a look and see. But inside the 2, there is a piece of metal that almost cuts across. It goes almost turning the 2 into an 8. And it's kind of hard to see, but that piece of metal is right there on that 2. And now that I'm closer, here, look at that depression. Now, look at that depression that we looked at earlier. Those are the things that I saw first before I even looked at this coin with using the guidebook here on counterfeits. Whenever I see almost like little pieces of metal are missing from the planchet, and then it oftentimes will have the opposite. It'll have little bumps too, right? So if I'm looking, how am I going to get your eye trained on this one? But there are several little bumps on this coin on the outside also, out between the denticles and the wreath, that I'm trying to kind of keep in the middle of the screen here. as I tilt it, they just kind of fade away and come back and forth. Those are all little raised areas. And anytime you see a lot of that type of stuff, it's just no good. Just no good. So be careful. And by the way, this is the type of stuff that is the scary good stuff. A lot of these older counterfeits are much harder to tell exactly what's going on. So anyways, guys, I hope you learned something there. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. Thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.